to Pac-12 volleyball in Pullman, Washington, and Bowler Gymnasium as the 17th-ranked Washington State University Cougars, they get set to welcome in the California Golden Bears for the first of a couple of matches on a Friday night here in late February on the Palouse in Pullman, Washington. Well, hi again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you all, and we thank you for joining us as we get you ready for Pac-12 volleyball. The Washington State University Cougars itching to get back at it after having their games called off last week against the Stanford Cardinal. More on that coming up in just a little bit. And tonight they will welcome in the California Golden Bears, who have struggled, but this young team has shown that they can pick up some wins, including a big one a couple weeks ago. The Cal Golden Bears going up against their Bay Area rivals, the Stanford Cardinal, and Katrina Pentovich was awfully good for Cal that day, and also Cal good as a whole from the service line, as they ended up with a total of what was 12 aces compared to just 5 for the Stanford Cardinal. But for Stanford, that's just their first win of the season, as it would end up going 5 sets, and the Cal Golden Bears able to survive, and they knocked off Stanford in 5 as they beat Stanford for their first and so far lone win of the season. Meanwhile, for the Washington State University Cougars, they did not play last week. They would have a couple of matches ended up being canceled against Stanford. And for Jen Greeny, she knew that her kids and athletes wanted to get out there and compete, but ultimately they were unable to because of COVID protocols and number of available athletes for the Stanford Cardinal. And you see what Jen Greeny had to say about that. And now it's time to put that aside and get ready for this weekend against the Cal Golden Bears. For the Washington State University Cougars, well, what they've done at the net has been impressive, especially when it comes to blocks. And as you can see in solo blocks on the season, the Cougars, when it comes to blocks per match, well, they are the best in the Pac-12 conference so far this season. When you take a look at what the Cougs have been able to do so far this season, and you take a look at the Pac-12 standings, the Cougars come into this one so far in a tie for third place in the Pac-12 conference standings, and they get ready for what they think should be a pretty good match here tonight against the Cal Golden Bears, as the Cougars and the Golden Bears getting set to meet twice this weekend, and the first matchup, it's coming up next on Pac-12+. Well, we welcome you back here to Bowler Gymnasium in Pullman as the Cal lineup just has been introduced, and let's run them down for you as well. Katerina Pantovic is going to start on the outside as an outside hitter. Gabby Belize, the libero for the California Golden Bears. Also, Jessica Houghton is going to be playing the back row for the Bears as well. Isabelle Potter, their setter. Meanwhile, in the middle, they go with Lydia Grote and Bella Bergmark. And the opposite side hitter is Sydney Lelomael, as that is the starting roster for the California Golden Bears. Meanwhile, for the Washington State University Cougars, as they have their starters introduced, we can run them down for you. Khalia Williams starting on the outside. Pia Temmer leading the Cougs in kills so far this season, the sophomore from Germany. She will also start on the outside. Hannah Pukas, the sophomore from the other side of the state. On the west side, Hannah Pukas, the sophomore setter. Alexis Lusby, the right side hitter. Aria McCumber will be the libero for Washington State. And, of course, Magda Yahalasheva, the freshman of the year in the conference last year, will start in the middle. And then the freshman herself, Julianna Dalton, starting on the outside for the Washington State University Cougars here tonight. Cougs have not played in a couple of weeks. Meanwhile, for California, they're coming in 1-9. Second-year head coach Sam Crossan in charge of the California Golden Bears as they come in again 1-9 so far this season. Meanwhile, for the Cougars, they come in with a mark of 6-2 on the season. Did not play last week and in her 10th season, leading the Cougs to the NCAA tournament each of the past 4 seasons. Jen Greeny, who has been the head coach here for the last decade, getting set to lead her Cougars back into action. Mentioned that Cal so far 1-9 on the season, and as you take a look at their schedule so far, they played some of the tougher teams in the conference that included UCLA and Utah to get things started. Meanwhile, for the Cougars, they've done well here at home. Their only road test so far was in Tempe when they took Arizona State down in both of their matches. They were supposed to be on the road last weekend against Stanford, but again, those matches called off due to the number of athletes available due to injuries and COVID protocols for the Stanford Cardinal. And so this will now make it 6 straight for the Cougars here at Bowler Gymnasium. But after this, the Cougars will have a bunch on the road. As a matter of fact, the Cougars will have 7 of the next 8 matches after this weekend on the road. The only one that would be here in Buller Gymnasium is the matchup against the Washington Huskies. Limited fans as far as friends and family in the stands here at Buller Gymnasium as we get this one underway here tonight with Hannah Pukas at the service line for the Cougars. It will hit the net, tried to crawl over the top, but ends up falling just a little bit shy, and we will open this matchup with a service error. So California, they will draw first blood and will pick up the first point. So to the service line for California, this will be Bella Bergmark, who will be back there, a young California team this season, a little short-handed, pretty good serve, and the Cougars are scrambling after it for a free ball for Cal. Meanwhile, the set to the middle, partially blocked, and that'll end up being a kill for the California Golden Bears as they will get the first kill of the day. And with that, that's a 2-0 lead for California as the kill from the middle position and Lydia Grote. Cal, of course, playing last weekend, so they played 2 more matches than Washington State so far this season. Pukas setting for, this time, Magda Yahalasheva, who's going to drop the hammer and pick up the first kill of the night for Washington State, as the sophomore able to put that one away, and the Cougars are on the board. And now Penny Tusa will check in, the lone senior on the Cougar roster, back to the service line. Penny not only leading the Cougars in aces this season, but now up into the top 10 in career numbers of aces in Cougar history. Sends a pretty good one, but handled nicely by Cal, and a tip blocked back by Magda. Now to the outside, and Pantovic has an attempt that's also blocked back by the Cougars. Pantovic one more time with the block as the Cougars, and they will register their first block of the night. That should be Yahalashva and Lusby teaming up for that block, and we are even now at 2 apiece. So a Magda kill, followed by Magda and Lusby teaming up for the block, and 2 straight points for the Cougars, and we're even at 2 aside. That's going to fall in just in front of the back line. We just talked about Penny Tusa's service ability, and with that, she not only picks up for her a team-leading 14th ace on the season, but it's now also her 96th ace of her Cougar career. A good for 10th all-time, and just 2 away from 9th on the all-time list. Pantovic with the send across, but there to play it, Pukas. Now it'll be Timmer, blocked back this time by California. Lusby lines one up from the right side, and that'll be a kill. So Washington State, after falling behind 2-0, has come forward with 4 straight points, and 3 of them with Penny Tusa at the service line to take a 4-2 early lead in this opening set over the Golden Bears. Washington State at 6-2, split a couple of their weekend series with both UCLA and Oregon here at at Buller Gymnasium. There's this time a play at the net by Pia Timmer, and she'll wipe that one off of a California defender, and an early timeout for Sam Crossan. Well, Cal, the first 2 points tonight, but since then, it's been all Washington State. 5 straight for the Cougars, and early on here in Pullman, Washington, Pia Timmer with that kill has given the Cougars a 5-2 lead, as we'll take our first in-game timeout on Pac-12+. The series continues Saturday at 1 and concludes on Sunday with an 11 o'clock in the morning first pitch. You can catch the game live at WACDigitalSportsNetwork.com. The Cougs, of course, their first game of the series, a nice 6-3 win last night. Cougars are going to be road warriors for the first 5-6 weeks of the season, as they won't get a chance to play at Bailey Brayton until April. Another good serve by Tusa, and now a free ball coming for Washington State. Pukas setting to the middle. That's a dugout that time by California. Pantovic trying to get it across, and it's another free ball for the Cougars. This time to the right for Lusby with a cross-court kill, and make it 6 straight for Washington State. After surrendering the opening 2 points in set number 1, the Cougars have rallied back for 6 in a row, and are now hitting .667, 4 kills, no attacking errors, and 6 swings. Now to the middle for Cal, and this time putting it away will be the Golden Bears, and a nice job there once again by Lydia Grote, who will pick up the 2nd kill for California. A little quick hitter, and that one over towards the sideline as Grote has had a good season. Just a freshman for this Cal team, a little underhanded this year, and also a young volleyball team is California. Here's Timmer, and she's going to find the sideline at a pretty sharp angle. And Pia Timmer, who, again, has led the Cougars so far this season in that department, picks up another one. Timmer so far on the year, just over 100 kills with 104. And now is coming into this one, already a couple of kills here tonight. Halasheva will send that one just a little bit long for service error. So 2 of the 4 points for California so far have come on service errors. The other 2 have come on Lydia Grote kills. And that'll be Pantovic down to the service line for California. Katarina, another one of the freshmen for the Golden Bears out of Vancouver, BC. McCumber will play it. Now Khalia Williams, who checked in to play the front row, gets her first taste of action, and she will also pick up her first kill. Again, if you've been with us throughout this month, you know that the Cougars have 4 or 5 options when it comes to the attack, and they've all been splitting it up pretty well. And now Julia Norval in to serve to play the back row for Washington State. The set will come to the right side for California, but that's a miss hit, and that time Grote will have the attacking error, and the Cougs, after falling behind 2-0, have scored 9 of the last 11, and it's now 9-4 Washington State. See the bump set out to Grote and just did not get a good clean hit on that one. Now the dump, and this time finishing it off will be Isabelle Potter, one of the few upperclassmen on this California roster. She is a senior. She's out of Moline, Illinois, and she decided to go on the attack herself, and we'll get the serve back over. And now Grote, the freshman from Burbank, California, to serve. McCumber backs up to play it. Now it'll be Timmer coming forward, but dug out by Grote in the back row. Now Grote from the back is going to have Tusa play it. Norval gets it back in play, and Tusa's going to clear, and we keep going. To the outside and the tip. There to play it, though, Timmer. Now the set for Khalia Williams to dunk it over, and that'll be a point for Washington State. Great get that time by Norval and Tusa in the back to keep the play going, and then Khalia Williams able to finish it off, but Norval all the way back beyond the end line. Tusa able to send it across, and then the Cougars were able to get the point up, and Khalia Williams able to finish it off for Washington State as they've taken a 10-5 lead, and now it's Timmer at the service line. To the outside, and a cross-court kill that time for... That time, McConna Meyer, as the junior from Burbank, California, able to pick up the kill for California. Mention the youth on this team. It's not at the player serving right now. Isabelle Potter, again, the senior for this team. And it's always nice to have a senior setter, but a lot of the attackers on this Cal team, just young players and still working their way through an awfully tough Pac-12 conference. Meyer one more time with the tip. Now that one's to the outside and nobody home on that one from Hannah Pukas, so a little miscommunication. And on the attacking error, point goes Cal's way. So the first time since they scored 2 in a row to open up the set, Cal with back-to-back points here and trying to get back within reach of the Cougars. Certainly still early in this first set, but a 10-7 Washington State lead. Now Julianna Dalton able to just get it around the block and in front of the back row, and so now we see the freshman entering in, and now she will join the fray of the Cougar attackers as she goes cross-court, and now we've seen all of the big hitters for the Cougars pick up at least a kill in this opening set. Khalia Williams and Pia Timmer with 2, Lusby's got 2, Halasheva and Dalton each with 1. Good serve by the Cougars. The overpass, and the Cougars are going to make them pay as they're to put that one away. Is going to be Magda Yahalasheva, and it's now 12-7 Washington State. So a 5-point lead for the Cougs, and Khalia Williams, the sophomore, redshirt sophomore out of Long Beach, California, again to serve. And to play it will be Cal to the outside, and a little tip over. Pukas to the back row for Timmer, and that's a bullet that ends up off of Pantovic and out of bounds, and Pia Timmer off to a really good start here tonight. That's already her third kill. That was just too hot to handle for Pantovic, and another timeout taken by California, so a couple of early timeouts taken by the Golden Bears. And the Cougars right now in the early stages up by a half dozen over Cal. It's 13-7 from Bowler Gymnasium, opening set action. Well, Pac-12 volleyball at Bowler Gymnasium, and that of course means the Cougs in action. Jen Greeny in her 10th season at Pullman, of course, led the Cougars not only to their third straight tournament appearance in 2018, but now make it 4 tournaments in a row. And back in 2016 was named the Pac-12 Coach of the Year. Was a great player for the Cougars as well. When she was done, she was 7th all-time in kills with over 1,000 over the course of her career. No longer in the top 10 because a lot of her student athletes have passed her. The 267 wins, and of course, there's mom and dad proudly able to watch on, and the kids are here. There's some folks from the other sports catching some volleyball action as well. Again, limited friends and family on hand here tonight, and that does include some of Jen's family on hand to watch them here at Bowler for the first time this season. So happy to have you with us. Again, Cougs were really looking forward to the opportunity to take on Stanford, the defending national champions, but again, in this 2019, 2020, I can make it 2020 and 2021 years in college athletics, and really athletics as a whole, you just have to be flexible and realize that games can be rescheduled, postponed, or in the case of volleyball this season, there's just no time to make anything up, so they're ultimately canceled, and of course the standings will be picked up by winning percentage, and although they were looking forward to Stanford, now the challenge California this weekend. Another block by Washington State, and they're going to call a lift on the Golden Bears for a double contact, and the Cougars have been efficient so far in this opening set, and they're up now 14-7. Cougs already with 10 kills in this opening set. They're hitting 7-14, and they're also now out blocking California 2-0, as a matter of fact. And they've been serving well, so with that, you maybe expect a few service errors, but that's really been the primary source of Cal getting some points. 3 service errors have led to 8 of the points for California. Cal also does have 4 kills. They're led by the 2 of Lydia Grote so far. And now the Golden Bears back to the service line as Belize will send it over. That's an overpass, a joust at the net, won by Hannah Pukas. So the Cougs the first to 15 as they take a 15-8 lead, and the Cougar setter able to win that duel at the net. Sophomore out of Tacoma, Washington. Took over as the primary setter for the Cougars last season and helped lead them to that NCAA tournament appearance, the 4th in a row for Washington State. Short serve that ends up being a service error this time around for the Cougs. But for Washington State, as you continue to look at what this program has accomplished, and we gave you some of the highlights there from Jen Greeny's coaching career, what she's been able to do over the last decade. I mean, there's just not a lot of programs that can put together what she has done over the last 4 years to what they have done. Free ball for the Cougars after the Cougars were able to get it back on serve receive and then put away by Magda Yahalasheva on the quick hitter. And with that, it's now 16-9 Washington State. Magda with her 3rd kill, matching Pia, and also Magda already a couple of blocks so far this season. And again, for all of the accomplishments for Washington State, they too are a very young team. Again, Tusa at the service line, one of the upperclassmen. She's a senior. Is that going to be a second ace for her? It is. So 2 aces for the leading ace getter on the season, and now she is just an ace behind number 9 on the all-time list at Washington State. Came in with 95 aces and now is just 1 behind Adrian Hancock for 9th place. Here comes the set to the middle. Grote trying to finish it off, but Pukas was able to get it. Now it's going to be hit across the net by Washington State. The outside for Pantovic, and she will get the point for Cal this time. And That'll put the Golden Bears to double digits, but as they arrive there, the Cougars find themselves with a 7-point cushion as we're into the latter stages of set number 1. But when we're talking about the Cougs and what they've been able to accomplish, again, they're one of only 28 programs, 18 from power schools that have been to 4 consecutive NCAAs. Pantovic with the attempt, blocked back by Washington State. Pantovic this time gets it over the block, but there to play it will be Pukas. And now Lusby from the right going cross court, but a nice dig by California to keep the play going. Now Pukas the outside for Timmer, who goes cross court, and there is no answer this time from California. And it's 18-10 on Pia Timmer's 4th kill. She has again been very sharp, and the Cougars still have not committed an attacking error. That was right between the libero and Pantovic for the 4th kill of the night, and there's going to be an ace for Penny Tusa, so making some company. I'm sorry, that was Magda Yahalashva. I forgot we had the side out from Penny, so Magda Yahalashva picks up her first ace, and with the 2 from Penny Tusa, that becomes the 3rd ace of this opening set for Washington State. Now to the outside for Grote, and she'll go up the line, and she now has her 3rd kill for California. Again, the Golden Bears, when you look at their starting lineup, Pantovic a freshman, Grote a freshman, and you've also got in the lineup a couple of sophomores as far as the starters for California, so they're a young team. And here is the freshman Pantovic with the serve. Now Timmer lining another one up, and that one too much for that time Kendall Jensen to handle, and the Cougars get another kill from Pia Timmer, make it her 5th, and it's now 20-11. Timmer again up and over 100 kills on the season. That's coming in 8 matches, so that is a little over 12 per match for Pia, and it's a little over 3 kills per set, but now the Golden Bears answer back with the kill themselves, and who else? Lydia Grote. And she now has her 4th kill of the night, and now Lydia back to the service line. Looks to be a player that is acclimated well to the Pac-12 rigors. Again, just a freshman out of Burbank, California, staying in her home state to play for the Golden Bears, and she'll pick up the ace for California, and that'll be their first ace of this opening set. So again, Grote with what's been a team-leading 4 kills, and now the first ace of the night for California. She's been integral, just keeping the Bears in this one in the opening set as they trail 20-13. Now Khalia Williams with a little dump across, a little tiny tip with some finesse on it. And Khalia Williams will get the Cougars to 21 on her 3rd kill now. 15 kills in 22 swings for Washington State, and they have not committed an attacking error. They're hitting .682 as the sophomore from Germany, Timmer, with the serve. Grote from the back row, but that one is into the net, and the Cougars are 3 points shy of getting to 25 and trying to take a 1-0 lead. First of 2 here between these two teams. They will also be back here on Sunday, which is a game you can catch here on Pac-12 Plus at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. Now Grote again from the back, and that time through the block attempt of Dalton and Khalia Williams. So Lydia Grote continues to pile up the big numbers for Cal as she now has her 5th kill. Cal as a team hitting 174 compared to the 682 from Washington State so far. And now the serve belonging to the Golden Bears, and this time it'll be Potter, their setter, back to serve. Pukas to Khalia Williams, who loaded up and took a big swing there and was able to put another one away for Washington State to make it 23-14, and Khalia's 4 for 4 in her kills compared to attacks. Doesn't get any better than that unless maybe you go 5 for 5. But 4 attacks, 4 kills, no attacking errors. A sharp serve from her. Set to the southpaw on the outside, but blocked back by Pukas. And now a free ball for Washington State. To the outside for Julianna Dalton, who goes cross court, and the Cougars now up 10, 24-14. And we've seen some big numbers at times this season, but a .708 hitting percentage for Washington State, and it's now set point at 24-14. Now the set to the outside, dug out by Timmer. Set up for Julianna Dalton, who goes up the line, and another kill for Washington State, and they will wrap up an opening set that was almost perfection. They didn't have any attacking errors. They get 18 kills in the opening set, and they did it in 25 swings. The Cougars all over California. A couple of aces from Penitusa. And again, the offense clicking in high gear, and they take the opening set in Pullman tonight. The first set to the Cougars, 25-14 over Cal. And we'll see if the Golden Bears have any answers in the second set when we come back. Well, in honor of Black History Month, Washington State would like to recognize former WSU President Elson Floyd. President Floyd was the first black president at WSU and pushed the university to new heights. He established WSU's global campus, the WSU Everett campus, and played a pivotal role in the Elson S. Floyd College of Medicine in Spokane. Elson Floyd was a pioneer who paved the way for black education, students, and staff at Washington State University. Elson Floyd, a very good man that I got to know a little bit during my time here at Washington State. And again, we'd like to honor him as part of Black History Month, a pioneer in Pullman and here at Washington State University. Well, the Washington State University Cougars, again, about as good as they can be. They had 18 kills, no attacking errors, in 25 swings. Nick Rolovich, he's got to like what he is seeing here, as he is among the limited fans in attendance, and great to see Rolo here, as of course the Cougars had a shortened fall sports season, and then we look forward to everything that entails coming up in the fall of 2021 under Coach Rolovich. And again, some friends, some family on hand here, as everybody, of course, wearing face coverings and socially distanced, but great to see some of the fans back here, not rocking like we're used to it at Bowler Gymnasium, but still a chance to see some friendly faces and have at least a few people on hand here to watch. Pia Timmer, 5 kills tonight. She had 5 of the 18. Again, the Cougs hitting .720 in that opening set, 18 kills, no attacking errors, 25 swings, and it was coming on all sides of things, but Timmer was really good. I mean, 5 opening set kills. Khalia Williams had 4 kills and just 4 swings. Meanwhile, for California as a team, they had 8 kills, 4 attacking errors, and 25 swings. They hit .160 in the opening set. So can the Cougs keep up this high-octane stuff, or does Cal find a way to slow them down some as the lineup's being checked and put in, and California will open up with a serve? They're going to have Tara Desaw back to serve to get things started. She's a freshman as well. She's out of Hawaii. And again, this California Golden Bears team, again, only a couple of seniors on the roster that are playing for California here in the spring, and they are learning on the fly, if you will. Meanwhile, to the right side for Julianna Dalton, and that's going to end up off of Houghton and out of bounds. And so another kill for Washington State. This one from their young player, Julianna Dalton, who now has her 3rd kill. And the Cougs just keep things going, as it's now 19 kills and only 26 swings for Washington State. And they've upped their hitting percentage now to .731 on the match. Tusa to serve, couple of opening set aces. That one's an overpass and put away by Pia Timmer. Well, not quite the 3rd ace of the night, but just about as effective. And Timmer there to mop things up for her 6th kill of the night. Has a good job just to get to it, and again, right in the wheelhouse of Timmer to put it away, and the Cougars a 2-0 lead in the second set. Set to the outside for Panovic. Their tip blocked back by Washington State. Now from the middle it gets through, but Tusa there to play it. And Lusby going cross-court, and the Cougs again, well, they wanted to play Stanford, but it did give them some extra time to practice, a couple of days off over the course of the last week and a half, and man, do they look sharp tonight. Tusa from the service line, a couple of aces, and now 21 kills and 28 swings for Washington State. There's the set to the middle and a tip. Now to the outside for Pia Timmer. Tried to find the sideline, and there you have it. Finally, the first attacking error for Washington State of the night. Impressive that you can get all the way to the early stages of the second set, and on your 29th swing, that's when your first attacking error comes. That's going to get you through a lot of action looking down at the other team when it comes to the scoreboard most nights. Lusby, a little bit of a miss it, but was able to get it across. She's got a kind of a look on her face like, oh, did that really happen? I guess it worked. But Lusby able to pick up the kill on the little tip, I guess we'll call it. And it's 4-1 Washington State, and Alexis now has her fourth kill. So 4 Cougs already with at least 4, and Yehalasheva is fifth in line, and she's got 3 kills for the Cougars. Grote, meanwhile, has been cleaning things up statistically for California. She has been the not only source of offense, but close to it. It's been 9 kills for California so far, and she's got 6 of them. 3 others each with 1 apiece, but Grote's got 2/3 of the kills tonight so far for Cal. Now it's Williams with the attempt, and Cal unable to keep that one alive, as Houghton unable to get off a clean pass, and Khalia Williams continues her good night. That's her 5th kill in 6 swings. That time right to the middle, and just not quite getting the feet set in time to get off a clean pass for Houghton, and it's now 5-2 Washington State as Dalton checks in to serve, and that'll be a service error. Cougs have had a few of those tonight. That becomes now their 5th of the night, but they also do have 3 aces so far this evening as well. And now it'll be Pantovic to serve for the Golden Bears. Washington State took the opening set 25-14, leading 5-3, and he can make it 6-3 on another kill for Washington State, and it's now a 6-3 Washington State lead as Khalia Williams now matches Pia Timmer in the kill department, as she now has a half a dozen of her own. Speaking of Timmer, she lines up on the right side of the service line as she looks at it. Played by Houghton to the outside, and a block back that time by Khalia Williams and Hannah Pukas. They've been so much on the attack, and an efficient attack, but this time you see that great block set up by Khalia Williams and Hannah Pukas, and Khalia the main source of it there, and that becomes now the 3rd block for the Cougars tonight compared to Zippo so far for California. Overpass, and there's Khalia Williams one more time. Kill, block, kill, have herself a few points, Khalia Williams, and she's now up to 7 kills and 7 swings, and also teamed up with Pukas for her first block of the night on the point before that one. 8-3 in favor of the Cougars. A little bit long on that serve, so a service there to get the side out for California. And it's now an 8-4 lead, and it'll be Grote at the service line now for the Cal Golden Bears. Cougs looking to stay in the hunt for a possibility to compete for the conference championship come March and early April. Pukas goes on the attack, and that one's just going to be just a skosh long, and attacking error that time on the setter, who decided she wanted to get part of the offense and is going through the mechanics of the swing there, and just a little tiny bit of a miss hit to send it just a little bit long. So back-to-back points for the first time in the set for Cal. They're down 8-5. Good serve. McCumber got to it. A nice set by Pukas, and there's Khalia Williams one more time. Well, that was pretty. You saw McCumber deal with a difficult serve, the pass all the way to the net, and Pukas got off a great set for a great swing there from Khalia Williams, who's up now to 8 kills on the night. And here's the best part about it. It's 8 kills on 8 attacks. She's perfect. And almost got an ace, but it kept alive, and a good hit from the back row. It's going to bang up against one of the lights and stay on the Cougar side. And now Dalton was able to get a swing away, but block back. And now Timmer from the back row. Cal setting up to the outside. Block back by Washington State. Pukas and Magda Yahalasheva that time for the Cougs as they get to double digits. So Pukas, who teamed up a little bit earlier in the set with Khalia Williams, getting her second block. And for Magda, that's going to be another one for her. So she's up to 3, and actually Pukas has 3 as well. And it's a total of 4 blocks as a team for the Cougars as they take a 10-5 lead. And now another kill from Lydia Grote. She now has 7 of the 10 kills for California. So again, she is having herself quite the night for California, but so far it's been a one-dimensional attack for the Golden Bears, and if it hasn't been that young lady you see on your screen, it just hasn't happened a whole lot for California tonight yet. Timmer to Pukas, and now it'll be Julianna Dalton with the tip. One more time for Grote. Norville got the good dig, and now from the back row, it's Timmer. And that's going to be just in front of the back row as they dive after it, but can't get off a clean pass. And Pia Timmer, who led the Cougs with 5 kills in the opening set, gets her second here in set number 2, and it's now 11-6. And Hannah Pukas now to the service line. Hannah with already 22 assists tonight. That's on the 27 kills for Washington State. Now from the middle, a nice dig by McCumber that crawls over the net, and Aria McCumber will get into the attack as well. So Aria McCumber able to dig that one out. It hits the net and crawls over. And unfortunately for Cal, they weren't able to get to it, and it's a point to the Cougars to make it 12-6. And that's also going to go down as a kill for the libero, Aria McCumber. And now Cal able to get back on the board. That was Meyer who ends up with the kill for the Golden Bears to make it now a 12-7 contest. You know you're having a good night of offense, though, when you're hitting .650 in the match. You've got 28 kills and 40 swings, and your libero has even chipped in a kill on offense. Now, McCumber trying to pick up an assist, but that's a little bit of an errant set, and it's a joust at the net won by California this time. So California trying to stay in sight here. Again, the Cougars winning the opening set 25-14. California right now 12-8, and staying at the service line will be Desaw, again the freshman from Hawaii. Overpass and put away that time by Pantovic. So for the first time in this match, the Golden Bears have scored 3 in a row. And really for the first time all night, a little bit of momentum for the blue and gold of California. They've cut the once 6-point lead in half to make it 12-9. But a service error will at least stop the momentum for at least a point. And that will bring us back to Penny Tusa's spot in the service rotation, as the senior from Long Beach will check in and make her way back to the service line. Cougs up by 4 here, about midway through the second set, on their way towards 25, they're hoping. Now the set outside for Panovic, block back. Cal gets a piece of it and will send it over. Now it'll be Yahalasheva, but dug out that time by Houghton. And Pantovic one more time. Now to the left for Pia Timmer. And that time, no chance for Houghton. And Pia Timmer will make it 14-9 Washington State. So again, you saw the set to the outside for Pia. And again, just a little bit of feet stuck on the court that time for Houghton. And it's now a 5-point lead for Washington State. Tusa has that one crawl across the net, and there's the third ace of the night for Penny Tusa. And she now has caught up to Adrian Hancock, 9th all-time on the Cougar service ace list. She now has 98 aces in her career, and she's now 1 away from 8th on the all-time list. Here's the set to the outside and a little in-between hit. The McCumber comes up to play, and now a tip from Pia Timmer that Cal can't handle. So after the three-point run from Cal to get within three, the Cougs have answered back with 4 in a row. And the Cougars have now opened up their biggest lead of the second set. The Cougars, after taking the opening set, leading set 2, 16-9, and so far tonight in Pullman, Pia Timmer's had a good night, and it's pretty much been all Washington State as we step aside, and then we'll make our way back to Bowler Gymnasium in just a bit on Pac-12+. Well, back here to Pullman, and it's been a good night for Khalia Williams so far. The sophomore has had a not only good night, but very efficient night for Washington State. She has had 8 attacks, and the one thing you'll notice, they've all ended up in kills for Khalia Williams. You can't get any better. 8 kills tonight in 8 swings. So she has been awfully good. Pia Timmer, 9, 1, and 14, hitting .571. And the Cougars, again, as a team, hitting .651 on the night. 30 kills, only 2 attacking errors, and 43 attacks tonight for Washington State. Now a tip over for Cal. Up to play, it'll be Timmer. To the right side for Lusby, and he can add another one to Washington State's ledger. Remember, it wasn't that long ago when Cal had scored 3 in a row and gotten to within 3. But since then, it's been 5 straight for Washington State, and they're opened up a sizable 8-point lead now in the latter stages here of set number 2, or at least in the back half of set number 2. Trying to get the block that time, Magda, but winning the duel with the net will be California this time, and getting the kill for the Golden Bears that time. It's going to be Bella Bergmark who picks up the point, and now Bergmark back to the service line. Two teams that'll face off twice this weekend, once tonight, once on Sunday, as Magda has that one blocked back, and Grote, who has led the way offensively with 7 kills, will also pick up the first block of California's night. That one should go down by a solo block, and will. A solo block that time for Grote. She went up and was there to meet Magda at the net. Service error now from Bergmark, so the Cougs will get their 18th point and go up 18-11. And Magda now serving for Washington State. Cougs trying to get to 7-2 in the conference. Of course, again, this year it's all conference matches. No non-conference play for any team in the conference. Getting a piece was Lusby, but Pantovic able to get it through and pick up a kill for her, as Pantovic getting the point for California to make it 18-12. And for Katarina, that's going to be her 3rd kill of the night, behind the 7 of Grote. And that'll be Kendall Jensen to be the server for the California Golden Bears. Khalia Williams one more time. That one's up, hits the speakers, and falls back, and California can't play it. I think they were thinking that there might be a whistle, or they were just looking towards Margie Ray, our chair referee, going, is that dead? If it comes back on your side of the net after it hits the speakers or lights or rafters, any part of Bowler Gymnasium, you can continue to play it. And after it hit the speaker, came back down, and Cal just froze. They could have played that if they wanted to, but didn't get it across. Norval with the quick reflexes, and then tipped across by Timmer. Takes a tumble. Hopefully she's okay. She's kind of holding on to her leg, but is slowly getting up. As they had a little bit of a tie up there at the net. Jen Greeny, I think, double checking to make sure P is okay. As that now makes it 20-12 in favor of Washington State. And Pia nodded that she was okay as she gets ready to play in the front row. But a little bit of a awkward collision here between her and the setter, Hannah Pukas, as Hannah was going for the set, and Pia decided just to go over it. Now the two are talking about that and can get congested up there. And that time a couple of bodies coming together, but on the good side, Pia looks like she's fine. Service error there for the Cougs, so it's now a 20-13 Washington State lead, and Panovic will now go to the service line for Cal. You mentioned, though, the Cougars sitting at 6-2. That's good enough for a 3rd-place tie in the standings right now, along with the Oregon Ducks. Set to the outside for Pia Timmer, who finds the back left corner. So another kill for Pia Timmer. And the Cougs will bring Julianna Dalton back in as Timmer heads to the service line after picking up her already 10th kill tonight. So to double digits, and we're not even through the second set. But Cal wants another timeout, so we'll step aside again. Opening set all to Washington State. Second set looking good for them too. That kill from Pia Timmer has given the Cougars an 8-point lead here in Pullman. Well, 21-13, Washington State. They took the opening set 25-14. And again, it's been an efficient night on offense for Washington State in front of not only the cardboard cutouts, but a few fans on hand here as well. And how about Pia Timmer? 11 kills, 5 digs. She's hitting .625. And the Cougars as a team hitting .646 tonight. May have to end up seeing how this one goes along and see how it stacks up numbers-wise when it comes to some of the matches so far. It looks like we're going to have a chance for one of the youngsters to get some playing time. That's going to be Logan Golden, who's going to check in. The freshman from Castle Rock, Washington, able to get some time now in for Washington State. So Logan Golden making her Cougar debut tonight at Bowler Gymnasium. She's into the service line. And Golden's serve be played by Cal, set to the outside, and that's going to be long that time on the Golden Bear attack. So a point for the Cougars and an attacking error that time for what was Meyer. And so the freshman able to stay at the service line with the Cougars now up 22-13. And so the freshman from Castle Rock set for her next serve. Now it's going to be what? We're going to have an out of rotation on Washington State. That's what they're going to call. So that's going to be a point for the Golden Bears and a side out over to the Cal Golden Bears here. Again, teams competing this weekend. Margie Ray now talking to Hannah Pukas and trying to relay what she saw, and then they will pass it back over to Jen Greeny. Jen, I think, just wants an explanation. Margie Ray continuing to try and say what she saw. Meanwhile, Jen Greeny talking long distance, and everybody seems to be okay with it. I think Jen just wanted the explanation, and now she's talking with a couple of the Cougar players. I think that's a pretty good smile behind the mask. Margie Ray, one of the veteran officials in this conference, again in the chair tonight. 22-14 our score. Washington State up by 8. Golden there to get the pass away, and they'll set outside for Julianna Dalton. Low pass right at the net. The Cal's able to clean up and get over. And now Khalia Williams on the slide. This time a dig from Grote, and Cal keeps it alive. And they're going to end up getting the point as a net violation as well as a kill for California. Will make it 22-15. So the Golden Bears with back-to-back points trying to put together a run here at the end of this one. With Grote at the service line, but the Cougars still enjoying a rather comfortable lead of 7, and he can make it 8 on that service error. So 23-15, and Khalia Williams heading to the service line. One match last night in the conference, and that was the Huskies handing Utah a loss. Their first loss of the season, and those two teams scheduled to play coming up tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Cougs able to pick up a point to make it 24-15. And it's now set point for Washington State. As Khalia Williams getting it done at the service line. And with that ace from Khalia Williams, it's now 5 aces in the match so far for the Cougars. And on set points, the Golden Bears setting up for Grote from the back. That's going to end up long, but it's touched at the net. And the point goes California's way to make it 24-16. And now Katarina Panovic will head to the service line. Washington State sitting just a point away from taking a 2-sets-to-none lead over California on this Friday night in the Palouse. Hits the net, dug out across the net on the overpass by Norville. California Getting outside, and there's a block to finish things off in set number 2. Hannah Pukas, Magda Yehalasheva with the block at the net, and the Cougars, one of the better blocking teams in this conference, get it done for the Cougs to wrap up set number 2 tonight. Opening set to the Cougars, 25-14. The second set, the Cougars continued their offense. Alexis Lusby, Penny Tusa picked up what was an ace. That was her third of the match. And the Cougars also getting it done with Khalia Williams, who's been awfully good tonight as well for Washington State. And Pia Timmer leading the way in attacks. They take the second set, 25-16. Cougs up 2 sets to none in Pullman, with the third set on the way in just a bit. Well, quite the day for Washington State University swimming yesterday, as they would make school history. Yes, they would, as it was a big performance not only for the WSU swimming team, but there you see Chloe Larson finishing first in the 50-yard freestyle. And with that, the first Cougar in program history to win an individual championship. A huge accomplishment for the swimming team. And Chloe gives WSU their first Pac-12 Conference individual championship in swimming. Larson won the 50 freestyle at the conference championships in Houston. And as you saw in that footage, clocked it in at 22.18 seconds, beating out 3 second-place swimmers from the state of California, USC, and Cal by 0.06 of a second. And you see her there on the podium, first place in the celebration in Houston, Texas. Congratulations to Coach Leach and, of course, to Chloe Larson for becoming the first Cougar in program history to win an individual championship in swimming. Quite a night for them. Meanwhile, it's been quite a night for Washington State. How about Pia Timmer hitting .625, 11 kills, 5 digs for her already. Cougars took the opening set 25-14, the second set 25-16. Cougars hit .520 in that second set, but it actually brought their numbers down on the night. And after going 16-3-25, they were 18-0-25 in the opening set, but still just amazing numbers. 34 kills, 3 attacking errors, 50 swings. They're hitting .620, while California is hitting .176 so far on the night. For the Cal Golden Bears, it has been mainly about Lydia Grote and what she's been able to do. 8 kills for her tonight, as the freshman for Cal has got 8 of the 17, so nearly half of the kills on the California offensive side of things. But as then you look at what the Cougars are doing here so far, you look at some of their marks when it comes to what they've been able to do in the efficiency, and you're looking at perhaps even some historic numbers being piled up tonight. You know, Hannah Pukas with the serve to get our third set underway, but it'll be California who draws first blood this time. Bella Bergmark getting the kill that time for Cal. Remember, all the way back in the opening set, Cal scored the first 2 points and led it 2-0 before the Cougars rattled off 6 in a row. And ever since being down 2-0, the Cougars have not been behind in any sets until right here, as they've fallen behind 1-0. Cougs trying to even things up right away. Julianna Dalton with a swing, but dug out by Cal. And now it'll be a block down by Washington State, and the freshman got to it. Magda was up there with her, but I think that one was all the freshman Julianna Dalton who went skywards, as the freshman from Parker, Colorado, able to stamp that one, return to sender, and it's now 1 apiece. Tusa now tied for 9th all-time in career aces in school history, and just 2 shy of 100 over the course of her career at the service line. Cal gets it out and sends it over, but a good dig by Pukas, and Lusby sets up. Now California sets it for Panovic, and another block, this time Lusby and Magda Yehalasheva on that side of the net. So some tall timber for the Cougars. Magda at 6'3", Lusby at 6'5", and they go up, and that was Lusby who got a big piece of that one right at the antenna, and the Cougs with 2 straight points to take a 2-1 lead. There's California setting up to the right. McCumber able to dig it out, and Lusby another big swing, but dug out this time by Potter. And now Panovic with one, blocked back again by Magda. Now to the middle for Grote, dug out but out of bounds, and Grote is going to find her 8th kill of the match, as she is going to actually make it her 9th kill, so 9 kills for Grote. And after the 2 straight from Washington State, it is back to even 2-2 early stages of set number 3. Cougars looking for the sweep tonight. California trying to at least send us to a 4th set with a victory here in the 3rd set. We'll see how it plays out, as again, just early stages. A tip over from Lusby, and that one is down. So Alexis Lusby with now a half a dozen kills to go along with a couple of blocks. And again, part of that fantastic recruiting class brought in for 2019 from Jen Greeny and crew. And Lusby now in her sophomore season out of Sparks, Nevada. And this was another recruit from that class, Magda Halashva at the service line. Khalia Williams got a piece, kept alive, and now Tusa from the back row. Now Panovic with a tip. Cougs got a piece at the net, and as they tried to play it over, it's just a little bit wide, and another point for California. So certainly some slow starts for California in each of the opening couple of sets, falling behind 6-2 in set number 1. They were down 8-3 in the second set. So far, with Panovic having 4 kills, California even through the first 6 points, each team with 3 apiece. Meanwhile, trying to get it over. As that time the set went behind Hannah Pukas, but nobody home for the Cougars, and Cal will resume the lead now at 4-3. So certainly a better start than either of their first 2 sets for the Golden Bears. Again, trying to find some confidence here, and if not have enough to come all the way back on a Friday night, try and set at least a little momentum, but that's not going to help them as Khalia Williams continues her efficient night. 10 kills and just 11 swings for the sophomore. And with that, the Cougs have been able to rely on a couple of double-digit kill getters now, and Pia Timmer and Khalia Williams, Pia with 11 and Khalia with 10. By the way, you also saw a new player wearing white for California. More on that in just a little bit. There's the attempt and a swing over and down. That was Meyer picking up the kill to make it now 5-4 California. As Meyer able to go up the line, Norval with an attempt to dig it out but couldn't do it. And Meyer picking up the kill that time for Cal to give them the 1-point lead again. So far, tied through each of the first 4 points in this third set. Now we're tied through each of the first 5. And again, you see the libero checking back in for California. That's now Desaw. She has now got the white shirt on. The libero to open up this match was Houghton, but she's been replaced by now Desaw, who's playing that position for California. Trying to mix things up a little bit and have some better passing to try and slow down this Cougar offense. But Khalia Williams has been awfully tough to slow down tonight. 11 kills and 12 swings now for Khalia Williams, as she is now hitting an amazing .917 tonight. And has also picked up 11 kills on the evening. All right, set comes to the right, this time for Grote, and that one plunked into the net, so the Cougars able to finally find a little bit of space. First time either team has held a lead of more than a point so far in this one. The Cougars so far this season have had some good sets, but it's not been quite like this as far as total matches of having the efficiency that they've had. Again, nearly 600 attacking percentage, but a service error will go ahead and send things back over to California. Cougars' highest hitting percentage so far this season was .387. That came in their last match against Colorado. And again, they're near 600 tonight, but there's an ace from California, so California not willing to go away quite yet. After the Cougars get a couple of points, it's California with a ace to even things up now at 7 apiece. So a half a dozen ties through the first 7 points. Pukas to the right on the slide for Khalia Williams, and he can now make it 12 kills and 13 swings for Khalia Williams, as she is approaching some good numbers. As a matter of fact, the 12 kills now matches a season high for her. And she is now on the doorstep of perhaps getting a career high tonight, and so far what would be straight sets. At that time, California answers back with a side out of their own, as the kill picked up that time by Bergmark, who's gotten a little better as this match has gone along. But Khalia Williams again so far with the 12 kills tonight, and again those 12 kills not only match a season high, but a career high for her so far this evening. Good serve. Norval just able to keep it off the deck, and now Dalton to hit it over. An overpass from Desaw. Now over-the-shoulder flip on the dump, that time from Hannah Pukas to give the Cougars a 9-8 lead. By the way, Khalia also, just to let you know, her career high in hitting percentage was that match against Arizona State where she hit .455, and she's hitting .923 tonight. My goodness. All right, the southpaw at the service line. Short serve from Hannah. Now to the outside for Pantovic, and that one's going to miss long. Double check to make sure nobody saw a touch, and they didn't, so that'll go down as an attacking error for the Golden Bears. As unable to pick up the kill that time is Cal, and so a 10-8 Washington State lead. Pukas surveys the other side and brings the arm forward. Another short serve. Potter setting. A block that time from Magda Yahalasheva. If you saw the graphic at the start of the show, the Cougars leading the conference in solo blocks, and there's going to be another registered by their leading blocker this season, Magda Yahalasheva. For Magda, she's now picked up her 7th block of the night as she continues to pile up numbers. Another good serve by Pukas. And now the set comes outside for Dalton, who waits, but that one's going to miss just a little bit long. And so that time a point going California's way. So again, doing a better job so far of hanging in there, the Golden Bears, but still trailing 11-9 here as we approach the midway point of set number 3. By the way, just to finish the thought on Magda, 38 blocks is just one better than Khalia Williams, but again, 7 more tonight from Magda. And now on the offensive side of things, it's Alexis Lusby getting the kill for the Cougars. So she will add her 7th kill. We've told you about Williams and Timmer already to double digits, and right behind them now is Lusby, and now it's Penny Tusa serving for Washington State. The set outside for Panovic. At the net again, the Cougars. We'll see if that goes down as a block for Lusby and Magda, or whether it was in the net. And they have to get a little closer look at that, but they were certainly there, and they are going to call that an attacking error on Panovic, as it looked like that one was plunked into the net. So Penny Tusa, who has been the leading ace getter for Washington State, 3 of the 5 so far tonight. There's a tip across and a little nice touch that time on the tip. Colorado will pick up the kill, and that's going to be from Lilo Maioa. She ends up getting the kill, a sophomore that hails from Orange, California. 13-10 now, and serving will be Kendall Jensen. Timmer going up the line, and not too much for the Cal defense to handle. So Pia will match Khalia with her 12th kill. Cal gets up just a little bit late and unable to get to that one in time. Potter, as Timmer was a little quicker to it, and finds her 12th kill of the evening. Just 1 attacking error and 17 total attacks for the sophomore from Germany. Dump across, the Pukas got to. Khalia Williams says she'll set, and then sending it over will be Timmer on the soft delivery. Then it's Grout there to send it home for California. And Lydia Groat will become the first Golden Bear to get to double digits in that department, as that'll be her 10th kill of the evening. Again, Washington State limiting the Cal to just 14 points in the opening set, 16 in the second. So Cal being more competitive in this third set. It's 14-11 Washington State. The set this time for Meyer. Up to play, it'll be Tusa. Right side, it's Lusby. Getting a piece of it that time was Deason. Meyer has another swing, and now that's outside the antenna. So an attacking error for the Golden Bears. Julian Norval will check in to play the back row, as they've done a pretty good job passing tonight to help set up this Cougar offense, which has been ultra efficient. Cougars at .569 so far when it comes to their attacking percentage. And that has been their best night so far this season, if it can stay at that number. Meanwhile, another kill for Grote as she gets it on the slide to the right side. So make it kill number 11 for Grote. She will bring the Golden Bears back to within 3 as she's now got her attacking percentage up to .400. So again, she continues to be the main source of offense for the California Golden Bears. Here's the set for an attempt that time from Khalia Williams. Cal able to get to it. And now that's going to be a back row attack for Lydia Grote as they tried to get it to her in the back row, but a back row errors. She was over the line, so a point Washington State's way. By the way, the best attacking percentage in school history for a match for the Cougars is at .516. The Cougars are at .552 so far tonight. Meyer to play that Timmer serve. Grote from the right side in the back row, but dug out by McCumber. Now Julianna Dalton going after it. But California able to get to it. Dalton with the dig. Set to the right for Khalia Williams, but that time it's, I believe, into the antenna first, or is it a block? Well, in either case, it'll be a side out for California, and they'll get the point back to make it 16-13. So again, California, who only got to 14 in the opening set, only 16 themselves in the second set. As we're into the back half of your third set, still within 3 here, as the Cougars haven't been able to shake them completely out in set number 3. Timmer from the back row, and she's going to find the back corner. Timmer will find her 13th kill of the evening, as she's had one of her more productive nights for Washington State. Again, the Cougars have played a lot of 4 and 5 setters, so to hear that Khalia Williams has matched a career high in what is just the third set here tonight, that's impressive. Timmer, by the way, 16 kills for her season high, and she's now 3 away from that. Meanwhile, on that play, side out back over to California. So 17-14 now as things are progressing towards the finish line. Jen Greeny in her 10th season at Washington State, trying to get the Cougars to what would be a 5th consecutive NCAA tournament appearance. And again, the Cougars 6-2 to start the year, ranked 17th in the country. Dalton has that one blocked back. Going up to get it that time was Bella Bergmark, as she got to that one for the California Golden Bears. The set ends up going to the outside, and Bella was right there. Potter over there as well. And so with that, it's now 17-15, and on the good serve from California, they've crawled all the way back to within 1 now. So the Golden Bears get an ace from Belize, and they're within 1 at 17-16. So finding a little footing here in set number 3 of the Cal Golden Bears. Dalton trying to get the serve back for Washington State, but that one played by Cal, and Pantovic looking for the sideline, but just missing. So on the attacking error, a little bit of breathing room here for the Cougars at 18-16. California, they got their one conference win a couple of weeks ago when they were able to take down their Bay Area rivals, the Stanford Cardinal, in 5 sets. They were home to USC last weekend. There's a good dig by McCumber, and now Timmer from the back, dug out that time by Potter. Now on the outside for Panovic, getting a piece at the net, Lusby to keep things going. And it's hit over, but wide that time by the Golden Bears. And that time missing it just a little wide, Lilo Maeva. So 19-16 Washington State. 33 assists tonight for Hannah. That's so far 11% with a chance to keep it moving up, and a timeout taken by California. So again, the Cougs dominated the opening two sets. This one much more competitive, but the Cougars looking to try and win this one in straight sets, up 19-16 in the third here on Pac-12 Plus. Well, as has been the case all season, a couple of times this weekend for the California Golden Bears and the Washington State University Cougars. Join us right back here Sunday morning for another tilt between the Cougs and Golden Bears. First serve scheduled for 11 a.m. on Pac-12 Plus. Sunday's match will be shown on our main Pac-12 Plus channel, and the link is listed on your screen if you would like to tune in. Cougs again 6-2 on the season, tied for third in the conference behind just the Utah Utes and the Washington Huskies, and tied with Oregon heading into play tonight. Here's the set to the right, and getting through the Cougar block that time will be California. And that's going to be Sydney, as again, Lelo Maeva able to get the kill that time, a sophomore out of Orange, California. And Bergmark back to the service line with the Cal Golden Bears only down a couple here. All right, a tip from Lusby. That one's going to find the sideline. So she's up to 8 kills now on the evening. Cougars find their 42nd and now 43rd kill of the night. And again, just the third set of the night. As Bergmark heads to the bench, meanwhile, into the match will become Penny Tusa one more time, with 3 of the 5 aces so far for Washington State, but that one into the net instead. And while the Cougs have had 5 aces, they've also committed 11 service errors now. On the opposite side, 3 aces and 4 service errors for the Golden Bears, and it will be Kendall Jensen who will serve now for the California Golden Bears, a freshman out of Burbank, California. Pia Timmer from the left side. Disa able to dig it out. And now Panovic elects to give the Cougs a free ball. And Lusby taking advantage on the right side of the net, so the opposite side hitter now knocking on the door herself, a double-digit kills, as that's her 9th of the night. And the Cougars with a few more attacking errors in this set, back up to an even 500 as the Rolovich family cheering on the Cougars. And another service error from Washington State to make it now a 2-point game. 21-19 in favor of Washington State as they look for a straight sets victory here tonight. Panovic will dribble the ball a handful of times and now ready to bring the right arm forward. Khalia Williams with a tip. Right at the net, touched over by Pia Timmer, but Cal scrambles to get it across. And now Timmer from the left-hand side, shooting it between the gap to pick up the kill. And Pia Timmer with her now 14th kill. And the Cougars on top 22-19. Meanwhile, Norval checks back in and will head to the service line. Again, 14 from Timmer, 12 from Khalia Williams, 9 from Lusby. Cougs have out-hit the Golden Bears 494 to 098 so far here tonight. Set to the right, Grote tried for the kill, popped up into the air. Now a little battle at the net, and it comes back to the Wazoo side of things. And then Timmer able to get through the California block attempt for her 15th kill of the evening, and another timeout taken by California. They're going to go ahead and take their second timeout of this third set. Pia Timmer had 16 kills in a matchup against Oregon earlier this season. 15 tonight. That one gets her just 1 away from her season high and gets the Cougars a 23-19 lead. We'll see if they wrap it up when we come back on Pac-12 Plus. Well, busy time of the year for Washington State University Athletics. That includes men's basketball as they will invade Tempe Saturday night and face off against the Arizona State Sun Devils. Your tip-off time now set for 6 o'clock, and you can catch all the action on the Pac-12 networks or on the Pac-12 Now app. The Cougs and Sun Devils not only playing Saturday night, but they will also get together now on Monday at noon, as well as the Pac-12 Conference added another game for the Cougars. So 2 in a row against the Sun Devils, and the Cougs, if they can get 2 in a row here, will wrap this one up. And there's an ace from Julia Norville, and it's now match point as the Cougs on their feet, saying one more to get this one into the win column and try and win this one in straight sets. Norville with the serve. California there to play it. Set to the right, tipped over. McCumber got an arm on it, and now Timmer to send it over, and that'll finish it. So matching of a season-high 16 kills for Pia Timmer, and the Cougars do get it done in straight sets tonight. And with the victory, Washington State will improve to 7-2 on the season. The Cougars got their first sweep of the year in their last match against Colorado. And with this win, the Cougars move a half game in front in the Pac-12 standings and into third place ahead of the Oregon Ducks. Pia Timmer matching a season high with 16 kills. Khalia Williams hit .688 and had 12 kills. And the limited number of friends and family on hand to watch this one, helping the Cougar athletes on the court sing the fight song after a Cougar victory tonight. California, a young team, dominated in the first 2 sets, played a little bit better in the third set, but they will fall to 1-10 on the season. And again, the Cougars now in third place with the win as they improve to 7-2. Cougs and the Cal Golden Bears got things started. Cougars were able to scramble at times, and then the Cougars got their offense going. Again, no attacking errors in the opening set. Khalia Williams was 8 for her first 8 in kill opportunities. Not only did she have 12 kills, but she hit .688. Cal would try and make a comeback, but ultimately the Cougars just a little too much. Naga Yahalasheva would chip in with what was 3 kills tonight, but led the way in blocking for Washington State as she had 7. California made it interesting in the third set, but the Cougars just too much in Buller tonight. The Cougs over the Golden Bears, 25-19 in the third set, and they win it 3-0. Again, Washington State now 7-2 on the season, while the Golden Bears drop to 1-10, and the two teams back on Sunday for the second matchup of the weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight to Pac-12 Volleyball on Pac-12 Plus.